Hey guys, I'm here to review the new Black Panther movie, and I have some good news about it. The good news is I'm not a racist because I actually enjoyed it. On its own merits, yes, indeed. It's actually a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's one of the better Marvel movies I've seen in quite some time. It being a Marvel movie, obviously, it's going to stick to a formula that I just can't elevate as one of the best movies I've seen. Like, oh my god, wow, this is something truly revolutionary. But there are some new things about it, some new stylistic choices about it that I really appreciate. For one, the director is Ryan Coogler, who did Fruitvale Station and Creed, both starring Michael B. Jordan. I really enjoyed both those movies stylistically as well as story wise. And here again, he tells just another strong story with strong characters. And his style is just, he brings a gangsta style to this movie that is partly based on the setting. It's this ancient civilization that is actually technologically advanced. They still use spears for some reason. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I mean, the real Africa uses AK-47s, so come on. Why are you still chucking spears? They may be super spears, but come on, they're still fucking spears. Like, really? I guess that's more African. There's probably a checklist of shit that Disney and the black creators of this movie had to debate over. Can we show the titties like in the tribes? Can we show? Oh no, we can't have titties. This is a family movie. Fine, we'll give you that one, Whitey. Can we say black people? It's like, no, we don't really want you to say black people. We'd rather you say Wakandan people. And they're just like, fine, we got shit. What can we say? What can we do? And this movie more or less conforms to that in some scenes, but in other scenes, there's a lot of unintentional fucking comedy that you wonder, wow, did the creators actually intend for this to be racist? And I'll get to that. But one of the things I really liked about this movie, honestly, that stood out was the score. The trap beats that they used were great. It's a new style. It needs to be done more often. I don't care who the movie is about. Like, this is what people listen to. Enough of this Hans Zimmer fall asleep on the keyboard synthesizer horse shit. Like, fuck this style. It's been dated ever since after Inception came out. So we've had it around for almost 10 years now, used in every fucking action movie trailer, and I'm fucking sick of it. We need a new style, and so far this is the one that's really impressive to me. Again, this is mostly a really fun movie on its own merits, and you should not let the blindsided shit reviews that just suck this movie's dick all the way and are incapable of proper criticism. You should not let those fucking social justice critics dissuade you from seeing it and enjoying it on its own merits. Michael B. Jordan has this trap star hairdo going on, and he plays this thug from the streets. And he's the only American character, and he has his own ideas. His character, interestingly, is painted as the villain, which you don't expect, because his attitude represents more of an attitude of a Black Panther than the actual Black Panther, the hero played by Chadwick Boseman. We'll just refer to these characters as Good Panther and Bad Panther because, one, I'm sorry, I don't remember their names, and I'm not going to. And by the final fight scene of the movie, it's like some shit out of Spider-Man 3 where you can't even tell who's fighting who, and it's stupid. Some of the fight scenes in this movie aren't that well done, but the characters are really well done. They're not watered down into these hokey, agenda-serving caricatures like some other films. To my pleasant surprise, they're kept simple enough. Good Panther is the righteous and noble king of Wakanda. It's this advanced secret society in Africa that's basically the world of the Star Wars prequels, but with black people. But it's run on an unlimited energy source known as MacGuffin. I can't remember the name, but it is indeed a MacGuffin. And Good Panther is portrayed as an isolationist who sees the injustice in the outside world and wants nothing to do with it because that would draw attention to his country, one created specifically to be hidden from European colonialists. Now, some people on the right have accused Wakanda of being an ethno-state, and by nature it is because it's a majority of black people. There's like 2 white characters in the movie, but it doesn't even fucking matter. There are certain political things about it that you could point out. Oh, it has walls. But who gives a shit? It's a fucking comic book movie. Like, calm your fucking tits. Bad Panther, on the other hand, is an aggressive thug, a challenger with no respect for the Wakandan traditions. He has this fantasy of conquering all the nations, kind of like a reverse Hitler, in the name of Wakanda. Because of all the torture inflicted on his ancestors, we gonna get back at the oppressor. And it never specifically calls out race except for a couple of annoying, why he's so lame jokes. And they don't land specifically because they're not edgy enough. If they had just poked fun at Whitey for doing some specifically white boy shit like putting mayonnaise on a fucking cracker or something, you fucking cracker, put mayonnaise, or something funny like that, then it could have landed. But you can't just look at him and just be like, oh, he's shrugging his shoulders wrong. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's just dumb. These jokes don't land. But there are some great unintentional moments of comedy that I hope are unintentional, at least. For example, Wakanda's mountain tribe is led by Suge Knight, aka Man Ape. And yes, before I get called a racist, that was actually the character's name in the comics. His name was fucking Man Ape. They changed it for the movie, but the idea is still conveyed by the character. He comes out with all this white stuff all over him, which I assume is PCP, because he's super amped up. And the scene where, I shit you not, Bilbo Baggins, the sole white character, tries to talk to him, and his tribe just starts like they're fucking gorillas. And this is a scene for the memes, let me tell you. I don't understand what the implication of this scene was, but this is one of those scenes that the critics should be mad at, but they can't be because it's Black Panther, and if they criticize one fucking thing about it, they're racist. Might as well don that KKK hat. It's fucking retarded, man. But the problem with that shit is that it robs the film of the ability to be judged solely on its own merits. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to do that and make up for the sins of the real fucking elite snob critics out there. But in the end, this film is just good enough that it doesn't need that Critics Defense League. Apparently, Disney Marvel doesn't usually expect their mainstream shit street movies to be good enough on their own. Need I bring up Star Wars again? And what a coincidence that it just happens to be released in Black History Month. Everything is a product in 2018, okay? Everything is a product, and if you've been watching the Super Bowl ads, it's become the most pandering bullshit. Every product panders to a demographic. For fuck's sake, Martin Luther King Jr. has been demoted to selling goddamn Ram pickup trucks. I couldn't think of a more disrespectful, just to his legacy. I agree with the SJWs who said that was disrespectful. It's just fucking bullshit, though. It's just fucking hilarious. Everything panders. Kids are eating Tide Pods like it's candy. We are at an all-time low. And the least Hollywood could do is a solid narrative by able craftsmen, and that's what we get with Black Panther. And other than the dumbass jokes, it doesn't aim to please the purple-headed freaks as much as you would expect. In fact, the film's sense of humor is often what saves it from retreating up its own ass. The filmmakers provide us with a colorful smorgasbord of African side characters. Like when Michael B. Jordan takes off his shirt to reveal his jacked physique. He has a bunch of kind of fish scales all over him, the fucking herpes or whatever, this fucking scars. Like, I don't know what that is. It must be some African shit. There are some wardrobes straight out of the Broadway production of The Lion King that the extras get to wear, and one chief in particular with a lip plate that they just cut to anytime a main character says some serious shit, like at the council meeting or something. They cut to this fucking guy, and I was laughing my ass off. The guy with the lip plate, like, what the fuck? Like, I wonder how this man eats. Off the plate, I suppose, with a fork and knife. I already told you about Man-Ape, but I didn't see many bones through noses, long necks, or bare female chests. I guess those didn't make the checklist for what they can and can't put in the movie. Because you can't be too honest about the goings-on of the middle continent. Listen, I hope I've atoned for the evils of my ancestors by giving this film a positive review. The main problem with it is its plot. The pacing's a little off here and there. Toward the end, the detour in Korea doesn't really work. It feels like something out of a James Bond movie. Some of the similarities of the Star Wars prequels are pretty obvious, like the council gathering, the flying cars, the CGI blobs that I guess are supposed to be animals. CGI isn't really that good. But overall, the corniness actually kind of bumped it up a little bit for me. So I wouldn't let social media sour your experience of Black Panther too much. And I would love to complain about it being trash as much as the next guy, just to piss the pink-headed freaks off. But even a broken studio anus shits out a solid turd every once in a while. Now will you filthy fucking protesters get off my lawn? For Rage Win, this is Jay Jones. We're gonna keep on raging for the win. The fuck out of here.